Hey, how's it going, guys? It is Greg.
It's your boy Luther.
And we're L.A.N Party. Yeah, there we go. Yeah. All right, so today we are short a man. We don't have correction. Wow. Okay, thank you. Well, today we are short a woman. Imani wasn't feeling too well. She can't be with us today, but we still have a show. It wouldn't be as long as our usual shows, but we're still here. Right? What'd you do this weekend?
So this weekend, what we got? We had Assassin's Creed Shadows that dropped.
How you liking the game so far?
Not really.
Really?
Not really. I've seen. All right, this might take a little bit longer, but since it's a shorter show,
it's fine.
It might eat up the time, right? And we also have a review that's dropping. Well, at this time, it dropped already.
It would be yesterday.
It would be yesterday. Yes. Yeah. But and despite that review, gave it a 9. But of course, I didn't write it. It's just my voice. So
damn.
Yeah, it's just my voice.
So you don't even believe what you wrote. You don't even believe what you read.
Well, no, because we have, people in our crew that can review the game. And most times when these media sites they review a site, it's one person that reviews it. Sometimes the person reviews it, makes a script, and somebody else narrates it. That is the case for us this time, and I do not agree with the review that our reviewer gave, right? Our reviewer gave it a 9, and a couple of other sites, media sites and whatnot, also gave it like 8s and 9s. I feel like this game is like a 6-7.
Wow. Why is that? Because
I feel like, and again, personal preference here, obviously, and because I'm not a pro reviewer or anything like that, but I feel like it's like a 6-7. Because at this point, we've been playing Assassin's Creed games for how many years now? 17 years now? 18 years?
Yes.
This would be the 18th, right? It came out like 07, right?
How many?
25. So from the beginning of the franchise to now, I feel like the franchise has stagnated, right? And not in this, because they did add like RPG elements and whatnot, and I'm not a big fan of that part, but I feel like just the overall structure of the game remains the same. So for every Assassin's Creed game I play, it's kind of all just the same thing to me. Feel me? So like from Assassin's Creed 1 up until Black Flag, it's all been the same like cadence. You might like the themes better, like people love Assassin's Creed 4, right? But I like 3 better than 4. You know what I'm saying? Even though some people hate 3 more than 4, but I like 3 more than 4. But overall, like, the scores for 4 is just great. Everybody loves 4. After 4 is, which one was after that? Unity, right?
Yes.
Unity, I didn't like Unity. So I want to say starting with Origins is when they really added like the RPG elements to it, right? Up until then, from 1 to Origins, the structure is just 100% the same. You find your target, you eliminate them, you get your one-shot kills because you're an assassin, you're plunging a knife in somebody's neck, like, they should die. Then they start with Origins. Now you have your leveling system. They gave you the RPG elements. So now from Origins to where we are now is all the same structure again. Like, the only change they made was at Origins, and then they just never looked back after that. So again, it's just like the same thing for multiple iterations, just different themes. So with Shadows, to me, it doesn't feel like anything more than what we've already had. It's just in Japan, right? And it took years for them to properly come to Japan, because I remember when the series first came out, everybody wanted an Assassin's Creed game in Japan.
Yeah.
And now we finally got it, but to me, it just feels cookie cutter, like every other Assassin's Creed game up until this point. That doesn't make it bad. But for me, for somebody who's played so many of the games to this point, it's just like, all right, I already know how this is going to go down. I already know the story beats. I already know all the extra BS they're going to have us doing, all the circles and all the extra, the targets you got to kill. Like, there was no real surprise to the story. When there was a betrayal, I already seen it coming. Like, you telling me this guy's bad, but you have no proof that the guy's bad except for the proof that you just pulled out your pocket. So you're actually the bad guy, and it turns out you was lying. Then I'm gonna have to come kill you later on in the story, like, you know. And then like certain things, or you know how like they have like that list of like Templars or the bad people, like these are the leaders of the main people you're supposed to kill, and then when you kill all of them, you go after that main dude that controls all of them. That's just been the structure for Assassin's Creed since Origins.
So nothing's changed. It's the same thing. They haven't pushed the envelope essentially, and you're just not impressed.
I'm not impressed with it. Like, it's not a bad game by any sort of technical standpoint. It's just like, you know, again, I've been playing a lot of Assassin's Creed games, so it's nothing stand out special to me other than, all right, the graphics look better, you know, you worked on the parkour a little bit more, you know, a little bit of quality of life improvements, but the game franchise as a whole,
same thing.
it doesn't offer me anything new. I'm not stimulated really, so I kind of just want to get through it and then move on to Xenoblade Chronicles X.
Got you. So you're trying to speedrun the game right now.
I'm trying to speedrun it, and they're making it very difficult for me because they always keep adding some extra shit for you to have to do. So I'm just like, I just want to speedrun the game. Like, let me go assassinate.
That's your one.
I don't care.
That's your one.
Yeah, I don't care. But there's that, and of course I also got Xenoblade 2 because they both came out on the same day. But I'm waiting to finish Assassin's Creed before I jump into Xenoblade because that's a JRPG, and you know that's gonna take like 3 months to finish.
Not even 100%, just to beat the game.
Just to beat the game. It take like 3 months to finish because it's a JRPG. And, you know, I love me some Xenoblade. So I played it before, obviously. It was my first Xenoblade on Wii U way back when. So I'm glad they finally remade it. And now we have all Xenoblade games on the Switch.
Let's go, Xenoblade.
If you haven't gotten into Xenoblade before, this is me telling you, do it. It's all on one platform.
Yes, do it if you have 3 months to rot away.
If you like JRPGs, get into Xenoblade, man. It's a very good game, okay? If you like Assassin's Creed, then you know what I'm talking about. If you've played Shadows already. I don't know. That's just me.
All right. So, overall, you're not feeling Assassin's Creed. What else you do with your weekend?
That's it.
That's it?
That I've been stuck at home. Really,
Yeah.
You know why I've been stuck at home. So I ain't going.
You want to talk about that or no?
Nah, I don't. So,
okay, got it. Got it.
No, I do not. But you know, I've just been at home and working my way through the Creed.
Okay, moving on.
Yeah, I pay for the Patreon to get the real reason why I stay home.
Imagine a LAN Party Patreon where we really
LAN
dive
Party
into things.
podcast uncut.
Oh my God, uncut.
For our Patreon.
It does not exist at this moment, but when it does, you guys will know.
When enough people care.
You'd be surprised if we really got things off in Patreon. We really talked our ish, no hold bars. I don't know. For me, this weekend was I did absolutely nothing this weekend. Wow. You know, besides I recorded like some content for my personal like YouTube page. Right, I did, you know, some housework for LAN Party. Beyond that, I kind of chilled this weekend for real. I got food by myself.
Like you went out to get food, or like?
No, it's more like I was supposed to meet up with people and they flaked, and I ended up being there by myself.
Damn, who you supposed to meet up with, bro?
Nah, it was supposed to be the homies, and they flaked, and I went to some food spot by myself.
Ooh,
and
you didn't invite me.
He was at work.
I said what I said.
It's childish.
Who's the homies, bro?
Childish, but it's gonna get edited out. I'm fine. No, but for what it's worth, I went to get food and one of my neighbors were there, so I just sat with my neighbor. We didn't even talk. Yeah, I just
seen that.
Yeah, exactly. I just sat with my neighbor. We didn't.
I seen that on your story. I'm like, huh?
Yeah, we didn't exchange more than like, I don't know, 30 words, but like it was a cool time.
As real men do.
Yeah, it was a cool time.
Drink. Women.
Yeah, basically. That's all it was.
I was about to hit you up, be like, yo, tell that motherfucker I need a inspection.
I'll let him know. I'll let him know.
I was like, ooh.
All right. Let's start off. Comics. We only have one thing in comics right now. The Sonic X Justice League crossover. Panels have been revealed. And it seems like Sonic may be faster than the Flash.
You don't believe that.
Not
Why
one.
would you even say that? You don't.
I don't believe it one fucking bit.
Did you even read through the issue or watch a YouTube video?
If we're being honest, right? I don't believe it. I think it was a moment. I think it was a fan service moment because, to my understanding of the Flash, his power is drawn from the Speed Force.
Yeah.
And I don't think the Speed Force exists in the Sonic world.
No, but can't the Speed Force be multidimensional? And seen as it's Barry Allen, like
potentially,
ain't he like a living embodiment of the Speed Force type of thing? Like, however that
yeah,
works,
but like, I think the Speed Force exists in every DC continuity world, right? Like every DC multiverse world. I think outside of their multiverse does the Speed Force exist.
How would he be able to use his powers then?
I mean, it's like a battery, is it not?
I don't think so.
Because but that's how I assume it works for. Oh, that's how I assume it works for him in some like some capacity, something adjacent to like the Lantern rings, where there's like he has reserves of it.
I don't think the Speed Force works like that, bro.
I could be wrong. I could be completely wrong.
I think the Speed Force might be multi-dimensional, especially even in the case of Barry Allen, where he like is the Speed Force. As correct me if I'm wrong, but from what I know, like, you know, the Speed Force came into being because of Barry Allen type of thing and a whole bunch of paradoxes or whatever. You know, so it from where I'm standing, wherever Barry is, the Speed Force can be like, you know, when he need it, he'll tap into it, no matter what dimension he's in.
But then also, was he really trying to go off?
See, that's the thing. Like, I agree with you. It was fan service, obviously, because you're in Sonic's world.
Yeah,
and it's their first encounter. And I really love the banter between the two of them, between the two speedsters, because Flash is just on some like, oh yeah, you're fast, but listen, man, this is fun, but you know, I gotta get going. And Sonic's just like,
heard you. Hold my beer.
Gotcha. All right, say that. Pew. You know, and then Flash catches back up to him. So it's like a back and forth between them because no matter where they're going, when they're like talking ish to each other, they get there at the same time. So it's not one doesn't appear before the other and then they chat about it. It's just Sonic, you know, talking his ish the whole time, and Flash is just like, who is this guy? And Sonic, you know, like there's a certain panel where Flash is just like, oh, I'm Speed personified, or something.
And then Sonic was like, I'm Speed perfected.
And Sonic is like, well, if you're Speed personified, then I'm Speed perfected, and just peels off on him, right? But they just keep going back and forth with that banter, because another time they're running across water, and Flash is just like, so this is just you? Like, you just run fast? Like, no mad doctor experiments, no treadmills or nothing? Like, that's just you? And then Sonic gives a one-liner from Sonic Adventure 2 is, what you see is what you get. I'm Sonic the Hedgehog. And he's like, huh, impressive. It's two Easter eggs there. Because, you know, mad scientists and treadmills from the Flash. Like, you got the world treadmill for the Flash, right?
I thought it was called the Cosmic Treadmill.
Whatever. Cosmic Treadmill, world treadmill.
Whatever.
It's a big-ass treadmill, bro. Right? So that's a reference for the Flash, but also talking about mad scientists and the treadmill is a reference to the Fleetway comic of Sonic the Hedgehog, which is the UK one, which is actually how he got his powers in that one.
Okay.
But he was a regular hedgehog, and he was on a treadmill, and he was being experimented on by Robotnik. And then when the experiment went wrong, that's how he got his powers, and that's how he turned blue. He used to be a regular woodland anthropomorphic creature, I guess. And that experiment was ran on him, and then I think whatever went wrong, and that's how he got his powers in that continuity, the Fleetway UK comic version. That's the one with mad supersonic, where he goes crazy every time he goes supersonic. So it was like a bunch of Easter eggs in there and fan service for everybody with them to interact, and I love it, man. I love their interactions. Everybody's interactions is great, actually.
How was Shadows and Batman's?
You didn't read it?
No.
So essentially what happens is after, like, you know, all Justice League pull up.
It's like Brooding Square.
They fight off the parademons in the area. And then they just start talking to each other, right? Explaining the situation. Hey, this is Darkseid. He be doing F shit, like, whatever. And they're like, okay, so he's here for the Chaos Emeralds, right? Because he needs to power whatever it is, you know. And they go over a plan. We need to do this, X, Y, Z. And Shadow's just like, man, y'all wasting my time. I'm out of here, right? And Batman sees this because Superman's just like, hey, bro, we could use your help, buddy. And Batman looks at him, he's like, I got this. He walks up to him. So who was it? And Shadow's like, what you talking about? Who was it that you couldn't save?
Yo, that is crazy. He's like,
I was like, what? How would you? For me, it was my parents when I was a kid. And then he starts to open up to Shadow about his trauma with his parents. And then Shadow opens back up to him in kind. So Batman tells Shadow, listen, pretty much Batman just tells Shadow, like, we're like the same person, right? You...
I'm so excited to hear this. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Said, I'm trying to get the wording right because I forgot the
paraphrase.
exact word.
Paraphrase.
I'm trying to paraphrase as best as I can, but
okay.
He essentially said that so because that situation that you isolate yourself, right? So so like you could keep control of a situation. So Batman was telling him like, yo, that was me too, but I never wanted to have that situation happen to me again, and I'll do whatever I can by any means necessary to make sure like something like that doesn't happen again. So I use the people around me and their power to make sure situations like that don't happen for other people again. You have the same group of friends around you. Use them as an assistance to make sure situations like that don't happen to you again. He's like, because we could really use your help. Something along the lines of that. Either way, like I might have butchered that, but essentially Batman's just saying, listen, man, like I mess with these guys, but I'm literally just using them because like they're like gods, bro. So you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, they're his friends, but you know, it's Batman on some like, yeah, but like I can definitely use their power to do the things that I myself cannot do when it needs to be done. So he's just telling him, you can do the same. Look at the cast around you. You got some capable people around you. Use them to make sure like whatever you're trying to prevent can also be prevented, and you don't have to, feel this way at all times. And he's also just like, but we also need your power too. So like, yo, just pull up, bro.
How did Shadow like receive that?
He was like, I understand it now. You feel me? And so them two bonded like that on some like, all right, cool. They trauma bonded immediately.
But you know what's so funny? I feel like I hope this sticks. Like this lesson for Shadow sticks. Because I think
who knows? Because it's a crossover. It's a crossover. We don't know if it'll bleed into either one of their continuities. You know what I'm saying? So,
but this is what Shadow needed. Shadow needed.
Shadow needed. Like Batman is definitely the perfect person to talk to Shadow about what he's going through.
Shadow has no one to talk to. Rouge is always antagonizing him. What Omega is a robot. T-Bot boot. Give me Duracell. Like he ain't got nobody to talk to. So I appreciate just hearing that moment for what it's worth. I think that's a really cool moment. All right, yeah, I'm gonna go read that.
I want to try to find like the actual thing because it was really a cool conversation that they had.
I think it was well needed. I think Batman needed to like. I think this is the first time Batman was able to express emotions to someone, to the younger, and not like have to manipulate them into being a Robin.
he probably sitting there like, this guy would make a good Robin though. Like,
100%.
In his head he on some recruitment. Recruitment. I would like a new Robin.
Oh, this one got powers. He fast. So when the Flash pissed me off, I'm calling him. Because Lord knows Batman can't stop the Flash. He cannot. As much as he think he could, he can't. I remember when Flash was like, I'll let you grab me. Don't do it again. I'll let you grab me. Do it. I'll vibrate so hard. Do it again. All right.
Oh, man, I can't find the exact panel right now. It'll pop up at some point.
Mm-hmm.
So if it pops up while we chatting, I'm going to just stop and tell you.
Speaking of Batman, there's a new Batman movie coming out. What was it? Batman Ninja versus the Yakuza League? Did you watch the first one?
Nah.
You didn't watch the first Batman Ninja?
Batman Ninja, no.
It wasn't bad.
I didn't watch it.
It wasn't the greatest.
It wasn't? I felt like people said that joint was whack.
It was an enjoyable watch. It's just some Elseworld BS. It was such an enjoyable watch. Batman versus the Yakuza League is what? It's literally just the It's literally just the Justice League as the Yakuza, right? So far, you've seen Wonder Woman, Jessica Cruz, The Flash, and Aquaman. No signs of Superman for some reason. I don't know why. You might be like some guest, like last minute Superman pops up, and then like the Bat family has more screen time as well. So
Nightwing's in there, right?
Yeah.
Isn't there like a scene where like a Dragon Ball Z-esque scene or something? I feel like I've seen a clip of that.
Not Dragon Ball Z-esque, more like Power Ranger Sentai kind of.
Right.
Like he had a he's like a ninja, had a doppelganger.
Right.
He had a Power Ranger self as a doppelganger / robot. It was, I don't know, it was interesting. I was like, okay, we're watching this. I think it's a watch. Moving on to shows, we've had the most recent episode of Daredevil. And we had the reintroduction of the Punisher. How did you feel about this episode? And how do you feel about the show so far?
Well, obviously this episode was, to me, it was good. You know, I have no real specific words for the episode because I'm just enjoying the series as a whole. So, and you know what's really good, where you realize like we haven't seen like Daredevil since the first episode, and this is like what, the third or fourth episode. So we're like 4 episodes in, and we've only had one Daredevil appearance yet. I'm still enjoying the show just as much, which goes to show, like, you know, you can do these superhero shows
and not superhero the whole time.
Yeah, not superhero the whole time, because we've had Matt Murdock the last 3 episodes, and I will even say 4, because like it was the beginning of the first episode he was Daredevil, and then after that scene with Bullseye, he's just been Matt Murdock ever since. And you know, the last episode obviously shows that, all right, we might be getting more Daredevil now in the coming episodes, because now I guess he's going back to after his talk with Frank. So that's nice. So I don't have any special words. Like I got to open a thesaurus and find other words for good and nice, but at this moment I can't, because I'm just enjoying the ride, man.
So for me, I do have a word. I thought it was a good episode. I'm enjoying the show so far for what it's worth. I think some moments you could kind of like, you could see it coming, like the whole niece coming in, the niece coming in for White Tiger, right? I saw that coming. Okay, you're the next White Tiger. Whoop-de-doo-de-doo. Like, okay, got you, right? I have one issue. It's minor. It's not that important, but I have an issue. Okay, Daredevil finds the bullet casing. I feel you. You did whatever bat sonar BS. You find the bullet casing. How on God's green earth were you able to identify the sticker? Or it didn't look like it was engraved. It looked like a sticker. Correct me if I'm wrong. How did you know off of a sticker that you can't visually see that it was the Punisher's logo on the sticker, and you knew where to find the Punisher to tell him people are using your name? How did you know that?
Maybe it was engraved. I don't know. Who puts stickers on guns?
I hear you, right? But like, I want you to close your eyes and feel on something, and you tell me you know what the engravement is, bro.
I'm also not Daredevil, so
I feel you, but he doesn't know what the Punisher's logo is because it's spray painted on the man's chest. So how do you know what it is to begin with? So how did he know?
Valid point. I mean, it might have been explained to him at some point, because this is like a 7-8 year.
Explain it to me in great detail.
There's like a 7-8 year gap from like, you know, the Netflix series or something like that. He's been Daredevil for some time at this point, and Frank has been Frank. You know what I'm saying? So somebody could have explained what his logo looks like to him at some point.
It's a skull.
A skull that got guns for teeth.
But do you know how distinct you have to be at describing that to a blind man, even with his super sonar, for him to understand and feel?
I'm sure Foggy and and Karen could explain it to him. Foggy's a lawyer. You have to be able to explain things well as a lawyer. So
I hear you. I hear what you're telling me. I receive it. I just don't agree because there's no way. Like, come on.
There's enough time that has passed that somewhere in between he could have caught.
I'll give you even better. I'll give you better. I'll give you one better. I'll give you one better, bro. It's spray painted on his chest. That means it's never even the consistent same logo every time he's wearing the freaking the body armor. He spray paints it himself. He's freehanding it. It's freehand.
And apparently the police adopted it. So at some point he gonna be hearing about it a lot.
True. I hear what you're saying.
There's plenty of opportunity for it to be explained to him in great detail.
I feel you. So I have another question. Can Daredevil just tell when people got tattoos and what those tattoos are?
I doubt it.
It feels like he can. Because that's what you're telling me.
I don't think sonar is going to detect tattoos.
But it can detect spray paint on a body on the Kevlar vest?
I'm not saying in that exact moment that he's with Frank, he'll be able to tell the skull on his chest. I'm just saying in the time period that he's been Daredevil and Punisher has existed,
yes,
that the Punisher's logo can be explained to him. Somebody could explain it to him in great detail. It might have come up in a court case that we don't know about. He could have did it during Frank's court case during the Netflix series, and somebody explained in great detail what his logo looks like.
He likely did. You know, we're so nerds. We're arguing over a freaking skull. But hear me out, bro. That skull is so distinct because it's narrow.
He could have just felt like this feels like a human skull, and he only knows one person with a skull branding. And it ain't Red Skull.
Crossbones is in their universe as well.
Crossbones didn't make it to New York City.
We don't know that.
Crossbones got bodied in like the very movie he became Crossbones.
And I concede on Crossbones. But I concede on Crossbones.
He got beat up the very movie he became Crossbones. Like, come on, man.
Oh, yeah, they packed him up.
They packed him up quick. He was nowhere in Hell's Kitchen, bro.
Yeah, he's in hell. He's in hell.
You know, so no Crossbones. The only person he knows of with that type of logo would be Frank. And so as soon as he feel a skull on a bullet and you killed somebody like a superhero or something, like, I know who I'm going to first, bro. It was you.
He didn't even say it was you. He was like, people copying you.
That too.
What you gonna do about it? He's like, what you want me to do about it? How am I supposed to know this? Get out my house.
That would be the first person he goes to. Like, yo, listen.
Daredevil live in not Daredevil. Freaking Punisher live in the projects. He live in the P's.
He live in the P's, bro. He superintendent.
That's exactly what he is. He the guy that he the guy that's not fixing your radiator fast
Mr.
enough.
Castle got no heat. Well, let me tell you something, man. Listen, when I had no heat, like,
don't you put that word in my mouth. No heat. Don't put no heat in my mouth.
He's like, yeah, well, let me tell you something, bud, about heat, yeah? I live downstairs, and it's cold. It's cold all the time. It's cold in my heart. I haven't felt heat since my family died, yeah?
Wait. He really sit there. Let me tell you about heat as well. I'm in the basement right now, and I don't have no heat. So if I don't have no heat, you don't need no heat. You know why? Because we don't need heat.
I haven't felt any heat since the warmth of my loving of my family, right? And they're dead, right? They're dead.
So until they come back, no one has heat. No one. The only heat you will feel is these shells.
Armed and dangerous.
We're dummies. We're so dumb.
Oh my God.
Yo, overall, it's a good show.
It's a good show.
It's a good show.
Long
we
story
like
short,
it.
It's good. It's good.
I'm feeling the show right now.
It's good. It's good.
I like it. I like it. We're dumb.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's going to be a thing moving forward. I ain't got no heat.
Let me tell you something.
Let me tell you something.
Let me tell you something.
Let me tell you something. Oh my God. Okay, cool. So right now we're liking the show so far. I think the way the show is going, and because it's part of MCU now, we can get the return of Luke Cage, Jessica Jones.
Luke Cage.
Yeah. Not maybe the sister the Dragon Sister of Dragons. I forget what they're called.
Yeah, give us Colleen Wing back.
Give me back Misty Knight.
Yeah.
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 Let me get back Misty Knight.
Love that lady.
Matter of fact, you know what'd been perfect? You know what'd been perfect? Shout out to Sush, because I think she's the one that like put this idea in my head. You know what'd been perfect? What would have been perfect if they did put Misty Knight in Captain America?
What was she supposed to do?
You gave us random black girl. You could have just made her a real character. We're not getting her back. Give me Misty Knight. And then she goes, I'm going back to New York. That's an alley-oop. Give me Misty Knight. Y'all could have gave me Misty Knight, kept this show going, get a little guest appearance. You could have gave me a little fan service, Misty meeting Bucky.
Mm-hmm.
Where'd you get yours on from? America. What about you? Wakanda. I need to go text with my people. Listen, that was a missed opportunity. Let's get Misty and Vibranium on too. Y'all gave it to the white man.
Why not?
Why not? That's just me. I like to see. How do you feel about Kingpin before we move on?
Kingpin is Kingpin, bro.
I don't like the guy that worked under him.
With the accent,
The little white boy. Just get it out your mouth. Just get it out your mouth.
Man, nah. The Vincent. I'm a butcher his last name.
Vincent Guzzler is his name right now.
Crazy.
Get out your
I'm
mouth.
talking about Kingpin, bro.
Oh,
The actor.
Oh,
Vincent.
him. Oh, I thought you meant the little guy. The one that's like, I'm sorry, I leaked it.
I'm a butcher his last name, so I'm not even gonna try to say it.
That's fine.
Vincent.
Yeah.
Because he
He's
don't
doing
know
great.
my name either. So, but Vincent, he does doing the same job as Kingpin as he always has since the beginning of the series. You know, everybody's just. To me, it doesn't feel any different from the Netflix series. To be honest, like it's just as violent.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it feels like. I mean, maybe the Netflix series is a bit darker, but like that was the beginning of his career as Daredevil, and you know he has a very long and violent career as Daredevil. So to explore him not to be in Daredevil for a bit is a good change of pace.
I think the storytelling,
to, like, the first 3 seasons of the Netflix show.
Mm-hmm. I think the storytelling is a little bit more enjoyable right now.
He says what?
The storytelling is a little bit more enjoyable right now without like being reliant on the superhero fact of him being Daredevil.
Right. Like so far, yeah, they haven't exactly that. They haven't relied on the superhero aspect of him for the show so far. It's just been him being a lawyer, and you know when he almost got killed by the cops, he just beat them up. So, but he's still not suited up. He's not out there in the streets, you know, fighting hand. You know, these supernatural soldiers and stuff like that. Nothing out of the ordinary yet. So I'm okay with that. That just makes, you know, we could have like the last 3 episodes of stuff, just straight Daredevil stuff.
Question of the day is Solo Leveling really as good as we think it is? The answer is no.
No, but I do enjoy it. But
I enjoy it for...
I just know it's a bunch of BS.
I enjoy it for the fan service that it is. It is
I
not
enjoy
that
the
great.
BS, but it's BS.
It's not that great. People are ranting and raving. This is anime of the year, one of the best animes of all time. This fight was so good. Yada, yada, yada. Gawk. How you feel? How do you feel about this anime so far? And how do you feel about the most recent episode?
I like Solo Leveling.
Okay.
Right. It's enjoyable to me. Right. It's something good to watch. You get some cool visuals, animation's nice, art style's nice. You know what I'm saying? The story is weak, obviously, because I'm not watching for the story. I'm kind of just watching them to fight things.
There's a story?
You know, and there's also that too, because after he gets the elixir for his mom, there's real no direction. You know, now it's just things happening in the environment, and he just happens to be there, and it's up to him whether or not he want to interject. Right?
Interject.
There's no motivating factor for him in this current moment. But the show as a whole, I like it for like the action. I'm not watching it for anything more than that. I will not say it's the best anime of the year they're saying, or the season, whatever. No, it's not. It definitely lacks substance. It's just pure action, male power fantasy. That's all it is. And I'm okay with that. I'm okay with what it is. And I will never expect it to be anything more. Right. This recent fight, I have to say, was disappointing.
But
right, the way the fans of this series hyped up this fight to be animated, and what we got was just not it. I'm sure the fight was. I know there's a lot of details they left out from the fight, from the manhwa, and which made a lot of things make more sense in the context of the fight. Like, for instance, like he was about to get bodied, he was about to get stabbed in the eye, it's about to be game over, and then out of nowhere he gets the skill, the mutilate skill, and then just starts violating. I know that in the actual series, it explains that he used a bunch of unused skill points in that moment to upgrade a certain skill he had to get to that point, you know, as like it's time to start upgrading skills. Like something got to work, something got to happen, right?
And they didn't like show that urgency.
They didn't show that urgency in the show. It was just on some like they going toe to toe, they fighting. Oh, he got the upper hand. Damn, he's about to die. Now out of nowhere, he gets like, you know, the plot armor of new skill, go use it and beat the guy, right? If in the anime they had, you know, explained like, yo, bro, this might be it for me. Like, what can I do? Because it went from him not struggling at all to him just almost dying, and then immediately flipping back to him in charge of the fight again. I'm just like, what is going on here? Like, all the other fights in the series up until this point, he's had a struggle.
Yes.
You know, he's gotten to the fight. He's like, yo, I'm pretty strong right now, but I don't know if I could beat this guy.
All of them. The ogre, like the shaman, I don't know about that one.
The shaman, he was 100% confident, but like whatever. Like he was just on some, wow, he could do that. That's crazy. But before that, like, you know, the monarch, when he was getting the
which one, a monarch white flames or the ice monarch?
The white flames one. When
white flames,
the elixir for his mom.
That's white flames.
Right. Even that fight, he's like, yo, this dude, what's up with this dude? Man, like, you know, this not working, that not working, to the point where he just had to snuff him. Like, none of his fancy knives was working. He's just like, I'm gonna just punch this guy because it's do or die right now.
Just do or die right now.
You know. And the ice monarch, that was a good fight too. He was on some, this dude's stronger than I thought. We gonna have to do something, you know. And all the fights before that, it was like he would have a target and be like, I don't know if I could beat him. Fight them, you know, get tossed around a bit, and then at some point, you know, be victorious. You know what I'm saying? Or get beat up so much, then the system pops up. Oh, you might want to try this because
you're finna die.
He's whooping you right now.
So do you feel as if that's the direction that the show is getting, that he's getting too overpowered too quickly, that he, like, we will have more moments like we just seen with Biru, where it's like he's just gonna power up on the spot and it won't be expanded on too much?
It's looking that way. I don't want it to be that way because I'm gonna just roll my eyes like, all right, like, because up until this, I enjoyed like the journey of him becoming OP because I know he becomes OP.
He's already there at this point,
right? But if like, because the way they hyped up this super ant, you would have thought like the fight would have went on longer. Like, you know, they really would have been like, you know, fisticuffs on some Dragon Ball Z stuff. Like really just back and forth, you know, to the point each one of them are doing like special things out of desperation, you know, because the fight has been drawn out for that long.
You made the ant too cowardly too fast.
Exactly. The ant started running away the moment he got this new skill. He's just, I can't beat him. He's too fast. He's too strong. I must escape. I must, you know, regroup, this and that. I'm like, but just 2 seconds ago, you was biting off everybody's head like it was nothing. You was out here moving at light speed, making some stink-ass smell, making people stunned, like, you know, smacking everybody around on some, where's your king, where's your king? You go beat the Japanese dude, come back on some, where's your king, where's your king? You was just having a slug match with Jinwoo just now. Now all of a sudden you're just scared. So you're not going to get stronger either. Like, it seemed like the ant dude was also able to adapt and become better. The way they displayed him in the anime. So I'm just thinking, all right, this is gonna be a good fight. Like, they gonna really go at it. Like, obviously Jinwoo will win, but like,
give me more.
Like, make it an entertaining fight. This fight wasn't entertaining to me at all.
I think that solo leveling will plateau because it's gonna face the same issue a lot of popular animes have nowadays. Your main character or your character is too OP, and there's no more anniversaries. Wow, And what's that? A delicacy, delicate. I'm sorry, you didn't see that one. Okay. There's no more. There wouldn't be no real adversities for this main character to overcome because he'll just have stored away points, and that would just always be the trump out. That's what it feels like, right? It's like I'm watching Gojo become Gojo, like in Jujutsu Kaisen season 2. Now I know why you will never touch him. Now I know why you'll never touch this guy. And the day you ever let people touch him is because you had to write it as such. Not be, you know what I'm saying? Like it feels like he's not going to have to earn any victories moving forward.
Exactly. That's exactly what it is. Like it didn't feel like he earned this victory, and just the way it was hyped. Really felt like, all right, they're about to have a slugfest.
But they only hyped it that way because, again, I think there's not enough a comparison to how what Korea's best and where Jinwoo is. It's such a large gap that you overhyped the ant slapping around them as if it already wasn't a large gap between Jinwoo
he could already body them.
Like he could do the same thing to them. So we're not seeing anything that wasn't possible. Right? We didn't see anything that couldn't have been done already with the cast we have already. So when we bring Jinwoo to the island, right, Jeju Island, and you see all the ants, it's like, are you the king? Right? I think that's what ants make. But like when you bring him there, and they're shooting a fair one. First off, at any moment it felt like it was a stalemate, and you didn't keep it at a stalemate long enough to build the suspense that this can be close, right? And there wasn't, and like I know we sometimes hate them inner monologue moments, but it helps us understand what these people are thinking. I heard the inner monologue for the ant more than I did for Jinwoo. So you just made the ant look weak for no reason.
Real quick, you spent the last 2 episodes
hyping him up.
Right, and the fans was hyping up this fight just for them to fight for like what?
9 minutes.
After the first 10 minutes, the whole fight was 9 minutes. So
yes.
In the first 3 minutes, the ant was like, "Damn, I can't do this, bro. I can't beat him, bro."
And
GG's.
And people hyped it up because they saw pretty colors. So now it's the greater question is, are anime fans' attention spans getting shorter and shorter, and they need moments like this to keep their attention to an anime?
I don't know. Maybe that's why they did it that way, because his fight, the Igris fight, was way better. Because he went into that on some, I'm pretty strong, but something about this dude, something about him, I don't think I could beat him like by any conventional means.
Let me go hard real quick behind the pillar.
If I just straight up fight him,
you get it.
I'm dying. Like I cannot just straight up go and fight him. If I keep fighting his soldiers, I'm gonna run out of mana. I'm gonna run out of energy. I'm gonna die. I need to figure out a way to get him out the game without me dying. Right, and it felt like him winning that was like an ass pull on some like
it was luck,
do or die, bro. And he did, but he just as easily could have died. In this recent fight, at no point did I feel like he was gonna die or even be some sort of injured for him to be like, damn, this is tough. Even when he had him on the ropes and was about to stab him through the eye, I still feel like he could have countered that. I still feel like he had something in his toolkit that he already had that would have got him out that situation. He never used that extreme speed thing that he normally uses. I feel like at that point, him being fast is just because his physique levels is just off the chain. Like
you talking about the ant or
no, Jinwoo?
Jinwoo, yeah.
He has that skill for extreme speed, but he's also fast as hell because his physicality is just up there. Like Superman. Superman's fast as hell because he's just that strong. He can move that fast. I felt like he could do something like he didn't like. All those tricks, he didn't do nothing. Like I still felt like there was so much more that we already know he could have done that he didn't do, and now you gave him another skill for no reason.
So I think ultimately it just sounds as if the true dissonance is that you gave the show an extra like 5 more seasons in a movie just to show us that he will overcome everything off the sake of the system. So there's no real true adversity. I think this show will plateau. This show will plateau because at that point you're only grabbing us in with fancy fights.
That's all it is.
Right?
Like,
And that won't be enough.
Ant Dude could have put up more of a fight and like showed off some more skills or something. You know, like, oh, I didn't know you could, like when he poisoned him, like, yo, you gonna be paralyzed. And in my head, I'm like, well, I know he has resistance to poison. So like, just how long is he gonna be stuck there? You don't know that. I do. So I'm not worried. He has the poison resistance. We know this. So what else you got?
I think that my biggest issue with the fight was that the ant Biru didn't want to go the mile.
Like, I needed him to be like, nah, bro, we not. It's not about to end like this. You crazy?
He didn't want to go the mile.
The moment he felt overpowered, damn, I can't do this.
He put his meat on the table, fighting all them other people. But when this man came up, you didn't want to like show him you was really the one. I didn't like that.
I didn't like that at all.
Didn't like it.
He ain't go plus ultra at all.
Not.
But I need you to go plus ultra.
He ain't got no heart.
Make him bleed, so that way he could realize you're not messing around, and then he could actually fight.
Because that little paper cut was nothing. That little paper cut was nothing.
Paper cut was nothing. Like, you could have. I know this is not in the actual story itself, but in that fight as a whole, like, if this ant was supposed to be such a menacing threat, and to not make Jinwoo feel like such a god so early on in the series, you could have made the ant stronger than him, right? Not significantly stronger, but just strong enough to be like, I don't think I could beat him by myself. The S rank,
have them play support.
The other people that's there that he healed, like, listen, like, I'm strong, but I don't think I'll be able to finish the job by myself. Y'all gotta help me out. And they play support, distract him, throw something, douche. He's not gonna be able to take you guys out while I'm around, type of thing. So he's not gonna take you out the same way he did before, not when I'm here. So we can play this differently.
We can make this an effort.
Exactly.
This show
standing there like, damn, this dude's strong. And the ant dude is just like,
that's another thing. That's another thing about the show I don't like. He doesn't have to play nice with anyone to get anything done, and it's super reliant that like you can't stop him no matter what. He doesn't need to. So what's the point of all these characters? Stop showing me other people at this point.
S rank this, S rank that.
It meant nothing.
I don't feel no threat. The dude's brother that was coming after him, like, even before he got to the level he is now, when he wanted to find, when they were stuck in the, I'm like, Jinwoo's gonna beat you, bro. Right. The only person that's seemingly a threat right now is his pops, and we don't even know what that's about now. They like, where did he go in the story?
In this moment, there's one person who's a threat, but by the time they meet, he's going to dog walk him also.
Because he's just growing exponentially. Every episode is exponential growth, and like I said, they didn't explain where he got the extra skill from. Because I know he had extra skill points. On top of that, his shadow soldier's body in the ants was leveling him up too. So he's just constantly getting stronger throughout the fight, but like, you're not explaining that. Like, yo, his foot soldiers are also giving him EXP while he's fighting the boss.
So let me look at the camera and give the question of the day, and then like I'll make sure to edit the question of the day before this talk.
Dr. Stone doing a better job at anime right now.
You said Dr. Stone.
Dr. Stone is definitely the better anime.
It's better animating than solo leveling. Somebody gonna get hot. He said what he said too.
Dr. Stone, like, this season to me, yeah, Dr. Stone better than.
Damn, Freerin is better than solo leveling.
Freerin's way better than solo leveling, bro.
The fights ain't as insane, but that storytelling
be
great.
They got the chops for it, bro. Because when they did fight, that animation was insane.
It was great.
It was better than solo leveling.
It was great.
Their fight animation was better than solo leveling. It was good.
Y'all children. That's what it is. Y'all like pretty lights. Y'all like pretty lights. That's all it is.
Yeah, solo leveling is just, like your average action flick.
Solo mid.
Solo mid.
Solo leveling's new name is Solo mid.
I'm not judging anybody who likes it.
When at all.
Because like I said, I like it. It's just,
you could be childish in life. You could like childish
special,
things,
bro. It's just like, this is cool. I like the fights, but ain't nothing special game.
I think the equivalent of liking solo leveling is when you have two toy cars, you keep crashing them together and making them a match story in your head.
Like, it's cool, but it's not the best.
Yeah, please.
I keep saying it's not. It's not the best.
Save it.
It's just very entertaining because the fights are entertaining. perfect example, the episode where he got his mom back, where there was no action and him crying because his mom is back, and they got rated the lowest out of all the episodes. Why?
They don't want story.
What? I was very happy in that moment. Like, dude got his mom. Like, he did all of this for his mom, and he finally achieved it. He got her back.
Luther, they don't want story. They want unga bunga fight. Unga bunga fight. Ants. Unga bunga.
I'm like, yo, don't you realize? Like, at some point, he will fight again. Like, that much is assured.
They want to watch you. They want to watch him.
The whole reason for him fighting this entire time
was for that.
Was for his mom.
And if you're gonna give us a greater plot past that, like ease us into it, don't like make us jump into it. Show us that there's a greater threat. Showing us this ant didn't show us it was a greater threat. You just, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. But ultimately, Solo Leveling is kind of mid. If you're looking at it plot wise, if you're looking at it fight wise, it's not bad.
It's not.
But I think that the most recent fight is overhyped.
Yeah.
And if you think otherwise,
for sure, yeah.
Yeah, and if you think otherwise, in my personal opinion, you're a child. You're just a child. And that's fine.
To the fights, for sure.
That's fine. And if you think I'm wrong, fight with yourself about it.
Yeah. Igris fight's still the best fight to me right now.
Which one?
The Igris fight.
Oh, 100%.
The best fight for me right now.
Because Igris didn't back down.
Igris did not back
Even when Igris was starting to lose, he didn't back down. Did not stop. This ant ran. Ran. What are we talking about? What?
This is the first enemy of his to run. Everybody else just fought him on some, I can't believe I'm about to lose. There's no way. There's no way I'm about to lose.
This ant has so much ego, bro.
You're about to lose. And yeah, all the ego this ant had just for him to be like, damn.
Disappeared in 3 minutes.
I got to run. Every other person he fought thus far was like, he not going to beat me, bro. He not going to beat me. He not going to beat me. He not going to beat me. Then they're dead. And they're like, there's no way he beat me.
They're dying out like, damn, I suck.
Like, I can't believe he actually beat me. Like, what the hell?
All right. I was like,
they fought to the end.
They be on their deathbed. You got a big dog.
You know, you're not going to beat me. Then they get beat. Damn, I can't believe he beat me, bro. That's crazy.
Igris put in the pack. Igris put him in the pack. He was shocked. Joined the team. Who else? Shadow White Flames got packed up. Put him in the pack.
Yeah,
smoked that
Igris
blunt.
was definitely shocked because he wasn't supposed to beat him.
He wasn't supposed to lose to that. The Frost Elf Monarch, whatever, Ice Monarch, whatever, got packed up. Surprised as hell. Right? This man right here had all the skills in the world. He had a better chance. He showed he could probably would have went toe to toe with these Monarchs. Low key, guess what he do? Get scared and run.
Like, it didn't look like he had to fight. Igris could have fought him.
Don't put him on the team. Don't put him on the team. He saw.
Yeah, the episode finished. But also, he doesn't want to showcase too much skills in front of these other.
I feel you, but he had to because he's finna die.
Because I'm definitely taking that Ant Soul. Yo, you about to be, you about to
feel
join.
me?
Could have been like.
Could have been love.
You about to join the squad.
Yo, wait. Bonus moment. Yo, Drewski playing games. Bonus content for the podcast. Just quick bonus again. We're out of here. Drewski played games. I don't know why he picked Bambi. He should have picked Switcheroo. Switcheroo was a terror of the house. No one was seeing her. Lumped up Bambi, lumped up Meatball. Those were supposed to be the hitters, and she lumped them both up. He playing with me. Drewski.
Personality wins every time, bro.
She was. I know her fart stank. She was farting.
Wins every time.
Yo, but he
how
made
many times he broke character because of Bambi, bro?
I feel you, but I really felt like she might have stank.
Listen,
for real.
Bambi made that dude laugh so many times.
She made me laugh too.
She made the whole production crew laugh. Like
she laughed him out of his drawers.
She laughed him. I don't know. She laughed him out of his drawers. I still think he
kind of wild. He a wild boy.
Switcheroo. Bambi on the TV screen. Switcheroo.
I felt
behind the camera.
I think, but if we're being honest, I was happy for Bambi because that was genuine joy. Like it felt like before she got there, she was going through something. Right? She was going through something life-wise. I didn't know if she was going to really make it or not, and she made it to the end. And like, he might have she probably got herself together. Like, I don't mean like appearance-wise, but like life-wise. Like, she's probably behind on a bill or something. We probably know, but like, you can tell she had real joy. And then she broke up with her boyfriend and fucked it all up for me. I was like, then she felt bad too. She said, I hurt his feelings. Yeah, duh. The hell?
She seemed like a nice girl.
Could have been love. Could have been. Could have been love. could have been. All right. With that being said, guys, like, comment, subscribe. Till next time, I am Greg.
It's your boy Luther.
And we're out.